Hi guys, it's Ellen from Hopes. Today's message is for the adults, whether you're a parent, a grandparent, teacher, any of the staff here, it's for all of us, right? So we've heard from some of you guys that you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're sad, and we just want you to know you are not alone. We're in this with you. The point is, we want to let you know that this is technically considered type 1 trauma, and as such, it affects our minds as well as our behaviors, right? So even if it's kind of on that unconscious level, it's coming out. So some people are super focused and super productive, and others are not, and both are just fine, right? So there's nothing wrong with either. So you might see somebody who's super productive, continuing the pace at work, and they're being, super focused. You might be cleaning the house every 5 minutes, cooking up a storm, coming up with new projects, writing things, right? So this is a way to control an uncontrollable situation, right? To have some type of control in this chaos, right? Which is totally normal. And that's awesome and that's fine, but that's not for all of us and not how all of us cope. So, and that's okay too. So it's okay just to be and not to be doing all the time. So I just want to stress that a lot. We don't want anybody to be shamed by these false images that you might be seeing of perfection and production on whether it's Instagram or Facebook or any of these types of social media, because quite frankly, a lot of them are not real life and not accurate. Some are, but just realize that that's not the goal. We also have a lot of celebrity gurus out there who are saying this is a great time to write a book or learn a new language. That's fantastic. You be you. Don't know about you guys, but it's certainly not happening in my household. And that's okay too, right? So it's also okay not to feel okay. The important thing here is we acknowledge our feelings and that we're aware of them, right? So we want you to be in touch with your feelings. That's super important. And it's really important to take time to do the things that make you feel good, that are appropriate, right? So we all know sleeping is really important. Eating well is really important for our well-being. But this might mean I need to sleep in for an extra hour. I need to go to bed early, right? You can have that bowl of yogurt today, right? All these things. I'm going to unplug from technology. Even better, right? There's all this chaos. So you do what you need to do. We just don't want to dwell or live too long in any of those areas. And want to remind everybody the number one protective factor for everyone, not just for kids, is attachment. And this is really, really, really important. Attachment, right? So while we're kind of sequestered at home, hopefully you're with people that you love, but regardless, you need to be connected with the outside world as well. So I'm going to ask that you guys, if you're not already, keeping in touch with 3 people a day, right? And you can stay connected in a variety of ways. You can text, you can call. There's a lot of great technology out there, so you can do these virtual meetups, whether it's like a Zoom, a Google Meets, FaceTime, whatever, and those can be really helpful as well, but staying connected with others. It'll make you feel better, and it'll make those other people feel better as well. Technology, there are also lots of games that you can play, so have fun with it, virtually with other people who are elsewhere, right? And still staying connected, as well as you can do a book club. And I've heard some people are doing cooking and tasting testings. They sit down and they talk about how their recipe went and things like that. There's also, MPS, all this information that we're getting from different valid articles written by people who are really well versed in the field and have a lot of history, so we're not just pulling them out of our butt. And there were these 6 questions that were shown, and Yvette saw the same thing and wrote it, and her handwriting is spectacular, so I'm going to show you. So I'm going to hold this up so that you can write these if you'd like. But these are 6 things that we can do and should do every day while we're in quarantine, right? So one is talk about what you're grateful for and write it down if you can, right? You don't have to show it to anyone. You can keep it to yourself. But this is really meant for reflection piece and changing to a more positive mindset. So that's a really good one as well. The second one is checking in, which we just talked about, and staying connected with others. And it's really important. Let's do that every day with at least 3 people, right? 4 is, how am I getting outside today, right? So that, did I just skip one? No, yes. What expectation of normal am I letting go of today, right? So this is a big one, right? So we didn't talk about schedules and routines, because I think we talk about that a lot, and they are really, really important. We have them at school. As you know, we talk about them all day. If you are reading a textbook, there is a table of contents. If you're going to a meeting, there's an agenda, and that's to manage expectations. We want to know a sense of predictability, knowing what's coming next, right? So it's important to have this, to have some sense of normalcy, but at the same time, we need to be super flexible, and even more so in these days. So again, whether that's I'm sleeping in today, I for one am in my pajamas right now, and I'm okay with that, and I'm forgiving myself for that, right? So things like that, right? And you need to decide what that is for you. Number 4, how am I getting outside today? Now, for those of us in Hoboken, we've basically been asked to stay inside. If you can go outside, fantastic. If not, open a window. If you have a balcony, anything like that, it's getting that fresh air. And this is really about the wonders of nature, and this puts it in perspective, and again, shifts that to a more positive mindset. When you have these sleeping apps or sound machines, they use sounds of nature, and that's for a reason, right? Those things help us. So keeping that in mind. Number 5, how am I moving today? Again, that we know exercise is a really important part of staying healthy, right? It's that mind-body connection. So it helps you breathe better, it helps you lower your stress levels, and it helps, again, with that brain rewiring as well. And then number 6, what beauty am I either creating, cultivating, or inviting today? And sorry, I had too much coffee. And you can interpret this in a lot of different ways, but it's really connecting with yourself, connecting with others, and creating, whether it's art, music, something we're doing nice with each other. It's really about growth and that positive mindset, right? So I'm going to hold these up so you can write them down if you'd like. But we want you to know that you don't need to feel like you need to put a brave face on and be on all the time. Other people share your feelings and are experiencing the same thing. So let's connect and stay connected. And it's hard. This is really hard, right? Some of us are just trying to get through the day, right? Some of us are living minute to minute, hour to hour, right? And just going through the day, right? But just keep in mind, take one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, and it's still progress, right? Churchill said, when you're going through hell, keep going, right? So really important. And just remember to breathe. Again, that's something we really take for granted, but let's do a couple of those now. We're going to breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, and let out for 4. Do it 3 times, 5 times, however many you need. We'll do 3 today. So deep breath in for 4. That was holding for 4, and out for 4. In for 4. And out for 4. And one last one, in for 4. And out for 4. Okay, and again, do as many as you need. Listen, stay connected with us. Reach out to your teachers, reach out to us in the office, your family advocates. We're all here to help you. So if you're feeling that you need something or you just want to connect, let us know. We're totally here for you. So we're together, even though we are apart right now. All right, so stay well and take some time for you.